Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome, come on in. Checking my other device here. See if I can find me to make sure I'm where I need to be. There we go, I found me. Hello everybody and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. If you have joined me live, welcome. If you're joining the replay, please say hello. I love to see who stopped in and said hello, so I can say hello and welcome back. Today we've got some exciting things. The hardest thing today is going to be for me to contain my excitement. I don't know why, I'm just in a good mood and things are good, right? Okay, real quickly for housekeeping. As a reminder, Stampin' Up! Started in December, product of the month. And so we've had a product of the month in December and we've had a product of the month for January. This product of the month for January ends February 2nd. We will have a new product of the month February 3rd. Product of the month is a product item that Stampin' Up! Comes out with. We as demonstrators don't even know what it is until it goes live, so we find out when the rest of you find out. But how to get the product of the month, there is something you have to do. Number one, you need an account. So go and set up your account if you have not yet done so. Pick a demonstrator. If you are not a demonstrator, pick a demonstrator that you wish to shop with. Then once you set up your account, you go shopping. You must have an order of $75 before shipping and handling and tax, and to get the product of the month. Product of the month will then be available to you for just $5. Yup. How cool is that, right? Now, since they came out with product of the month, what could happen is we could sell out, right, for that month. So we never know. They've only got them a few supplies, and it's something that they will not reorder. So if it's something you love, don't wait because you'll end up missing out. But also, if the product of the month does not sell out and they have some left over, and you have not yet gotten that month's product of the month, you could do it twice. Meaning, okay, say it's February 3rd. And we've come out with product of the month for February, okay? Say you did not get January's product of the month, but now you want January's product of the month and you want February's product of the month, you must do two separate qualifying orders. You cannot bundle them together. I am just the messenger. I don't make the rules. I just have to follow the rules, just like you guys. So if you want January's product of the month, if there's any left over, I don't know that there is, I'm just saying, if January's is left over and you want that product of the month, you have to do a $75 order again before shipping, handling, and tax, and pick the product of the month, which then bumps you up to $80 and all the things, right? Then you would have to close that order out, pay for it, go back in, do another $75 order, add the product on, product of the month on for an additional $5, okay? But you have that option, right? So we like that. Also, as another reminder, because it too runs out February 2nd, which is a Monday, you guys. I can't believe we are starting February, right? February 2nd, bonus days end. What is bonus days? Bonus days is, it started January 6th and goes through the end of February 2nd. For every $50 before shipping and handling and tax, you will receive a coupon for $5 to use from February 3rd through February 28th. To qualify to receive your coupon, you must place your orders by the end of Monday. So then after that, Stampin' Up! Will send you a coupon once you hit your qualifying amount. They will send you an email with your coupon codes. Do not lose these codes because they will not give you any others. So then February 3rd comes along, you want to redeem your coupons. You do not have to do them one at a time. If you have received multiple coupons, you could choose to use them all at one time. Again, you have until the end of February in which to use those, which is February 28th. But here's a kicker. If you are trying to reach the product of the month, it must be after the coupons are redeemed. Okay, so say you have $10 in coupons you want to redeem. To qualify for the product of the month, you need $75, right? So that means you must do an $85 order, take off your coupons of the $10. That brings you down to the $75 mark, which then qualifies you for product of the month. Okay, so please be very careful when you redeem things if you are trying to reach said specials that Stampin' Up! Has going on. Okay, I just wanted to warn you of that. Stampin' Up! Starting February 3rd. If you would like to receive a discount on all of your Stampin' Up! Orders, we would love for you to join the Stampin' Up! Team. I personally would love to have you part of the Create with Love team. We have so much fun in our team. We do a weekly Zoom. And I don't like to call them meetings. They are a Zoom call. And we do a lot of stamping and crafting and chatting and getting to know one another. And we have just really loved that as a team, getting to know one another. And then we learn and have fun along the way, right? After all, that's why we're here, because we all love to stamp. So why not have a group of friends and stamp with? Well, starting February 3rd, again, our wonderful kit is $125 worth of product that you get to pick out anything that you want for that $125, and you pay $99 plus shipping. No shipping on the kit. Sorry. $125 worth of product, and you pay tax, right? I think I have that right. Oh my gosh. Yes, free shipping. Okay, it's right here in front of me in my notes. But what I'm getting to is Stampin' Up! Has a special offer starting February 3rd. Stampin' Up! Has come out with a new product. I'm so excited. It is called our Stamp Positioner. And I'll talk more about that here in just a minute because I got mine so I can share it with you guys here in just a little bit. So once I turn the camera down, I will continue telling you about that. But starting February 3rd, you could get the Stamp Positioner free in your kit. Yep, free. We love free, right? It's a $49 value. So, yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. Okay, Stampin' Up! Has started doing classes online, and they are amazing. I have done 3 of them now. Our first one was a scrapbooking class. Our second one was a class. I don't know if you want to call it a technique class or they call it a class. We had scrapbooking, we had a class, and then we had a card retreat that we just did that we made 15 cards at. But I'm saying all this to tell you there's more coming. I'm so excited. They have shared with us, they've got so much in the works. And it's so much, I'm not going to go over it all today, but I will let you know as things progress on what they have in store for us. But February 19th, Stampin' Up! Is going to do another class online. And you can start purchasing this class February 3rd. So Tuesday, you can purchase this class. The class is $25. You can purchase the class and attend this class and not have to have the products that they are focusing on. And you, of course, can try to do the class with products that you already have. But if you wish to do the class as Stampin' Up! Has designed it, you could also purchase the Lovely Blossoms Suite collection, because that is what they're going to be focusing on for this class, February 19th. Again, you can purchase this class starting February 3rd. The class is $25. It does not include any other product that is strictly for the class. It is done online. Once you purchase the class, you will receive a link to a Facebook group that you need to join and give yourself time. You want to join no later than 24 hours before the 19th. So I would join, say, February 7th, by February 17th, to give you time to get into that group and work out all the issues that could come with technology, as we all know, right? So again, Lovely Blossoms class is available to purchase on February 3rd. So I wanted to let you know of all the deadlines for things at Stampin' Up! Now, I also want to share with you things that we do here in the Create with Love studio. You can mark your calendars months ahead of time and know what classes that I'm going to offer. You won't know the specifics, you just know the types of classes that I'm doing. So here we go. The first and last Monday of every month, I do product-based classes. The products change, and does the cards that I do for each one of these classes. My product-based classes, you do need to prepay 3 weeks prior to the class. Pay for it because I have to order products, thus product-based class. I have to order the products, get them here, cut all your pieces, and have them ready for you to stamp along with us during the class. I am not allowed to cash and carry items, so I have to do this in a timely manner. So 3 weeks prior, you must RSVP prepayment so I can order those products. So this is what's coming up in the Create with Love studio. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's continue with the calendar. So first and last Monday, they're product-based classes. There we go. The second Monday of every month, I do a 10-card class. These are cards that are supposed to take you 10 minutes or less to make each. So they are super cute cards, but they're quick cards. So they're not a lot of technique, a lot of detail involved with these cards. They're still super cute cards. They're just quicker. And it's a great way to replenish the cards in your stash so that you have cards ready to send to your friends and loved ones, right? When you need those. Then the third Monday of the month, I do my 6-card class. My 6-card class is you make 6 cards. We do 3 different cards, but you're making 2 of each of the cards, okay? My 10-card class and my 6-card class, you do not need to prepay with those, but you do need to RSVP no later than 2 weeks prior to the class, again, so that I can cut a card kit and have it ready for you to stamp. If you show up the day of class, I am unfortunately going to have to send you away, and that will break my heart because I won't have a kit ready for you because I won't know that you had wanted to attend. So please reach out to me if you want to attend those classes. So the last Monday of February, again, is a product-based class, right? First and last Monday. So that one, we still have a little bit of time to RSVP for. And that class is going to be our Nature Walk class. And you have until February 2nd to RSVP and prepay $55 for that class so that I can order your products and get them in and have them here for you in time for class. My 10-card class is February 9th. My 6-card class is February 16th. Then March, the first Monday of the month, we are focusing on the Easter joy. So we're going to do Easter cards. That'll be Monday, March 2nd. The fee for that class is $60. Again, that includes the class and product that you need to finish the class. And then March classes, the 10 card class is March 9th. The 6 card class is March 16th. And then Monday, March 30th will be the next product-based class. And I need to decide on the products that we're going to use for that one. So another place you can go to find out what classes I'm doing here in the Create With Us studio is to go to my business page and look under events, and you can see the classes there. I got myself off track because I usually have a flyer at the top of my mat here, and I don't know where I put that here. Anyhow, I am going to turn the camera around now. We're going to get started with today's class. So, if you get motion sickness at all, please look away, get a drink of water, whatever you need to do right now. We're going to turn the camera around and we're going to go ahead and get started on today's projects. Okay, here we go. Okay, one more adjustment. Sorry, I can't cover it because I need 2 hands to do this. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Hopefully everybody's still with me. I didn't lose anybody on the seasick ride, right? Okay, so the join offer again is the stamp positioner. So here's a picture of it. You can see it here. This again comes free in a starter kit starting February 3rd. This is a $49 value. What I also want to tell you is they have also come out with grid paper. This does not come with the stamp positioner. You have to purchase this separate, but if you do want to join, you can add this to your starter kit. The item number is 169442, and the grid paper, I believe I didn't write it down here, but I believe it's $15 for the grid paper. And as you can see, there is quite a stack of it in here. And I love the size of this because it matches up with our Stampin' Pierce mat, which I also forgot today, but it's all good. Okay, so that is that. The class that Stampin' Up! Is offering on February 19th, this is the suite. So if you wish to purchase the suite to stamp along and have the same products they have, this is that suite of products. It is called Lovely Blossom Suite. The item number for that is 167193, and the suite is $89.50. In this suite, you will receive the 12x12 DSP, the stamp set, the dies, the Lovely Stripes embossing folder, the glossy dots, and the cloud cover textured ribbon. That is all the products that come in this suite. Okay, and then the class to purchase it is item number 170929, and again the class is $25. Okay, and this happens to be the class that I'm doing this coming Monday. So those of you who are taking the class, you get more bang for your buck because you're going to have an extra class to do. Okay, these are the 2 catalogs that we are currently working from. This is our mini catalog, and this is our annual catalog. This is our yearly book, and then we have 2 mini catalogs that come out during the year at 2 different times. If you are not currently working with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but you would like a copy of the catalogs, please get a hold of me. I'd love to get you a copy of these. There is so much more, though, than what is in these two publications. If you want to see everything that Stampin' Up! Has to offer, please go online. You can go to kristenconant.stampinup.net. Yeah, to look at those. Like I said, I usually have a flyer up here with my QR code on it so you can just take a picture of it and get there. However, apparently Kristen forgot that today. So, if you need more information on how to get there, just let me know and I would love to show you and share that with you. Okay. Today we are continuing on with the love theme. You saw me use Endless Love bundle. Well, Kristen's going to continue with it because here in the Create with Love studio, we have been all things Valentine's all month, and it was out, and I am so in love with our designer paper that I wanted to share it with you. I believe the designer paper is either on low inventory again or out again. But it is amazing. It is so amazing. But in addition to that, there's a couple other things that Stampin' Up! Has that's geared towards Valentine's that you might like. One of those is this stamp set. It's called Love Story. This was designed with scrapbooking in mind, but look, with the Endless Love, it's the same fonts, the same style. So if you have both this stamp set and this bundle, just think of the possibilities, right, for scrapbooking. Then a couple of other stamps that Stampin' Up! Has for Valentine's. We have this one, which I love. It's called Valentine Kisses, and it's got the bears, and it has dies. So again, it can be purchased as a bundle. Super duper cute. And then we have this one, which might have been forgotten because of all the new things, right? We get all this new stuff and we get so excited. I'm trying to remember, this came out, this was an online exclusive, and this came out in the fall, I think August, maybe, somewhere around in there, and it's super duper cute. You can do jelly beans, you can make these into cookies, it's got shamrocks here, so St. Patrick's Day is coming up, you might want this for St. Patrick's Day. We have birthday, but look, we have hearts, okay? So this too can be used for Valentine's. This one can be used as a bundle, as it is a bundle. But this one is a punch bundle. And it's got the super cute jar. So I just wanted to share those with you because you might have forgotten about them. And you might like them for Valentine's. So I just want to give them a shout out. So in addition to the Endless Love bundle, I am focusing on the Endless Love Suite. So we have our embellishments again and our ribbon that I'm going to be using again. And then let me show you this DSP. I have gone through an entire pack and I'm starting my second pack already. But look at this designer paper. We have this one, and then we have the dots, and then we have this one, and then we have the hearts on this one, and then we have hearts on this one, and then we've got the arrows and hearts. Now let's take a look at the other side. We have X's and O's. We have these hearts. We have bigger hearts. Then we have these hearts. We have these flowers, and then we've got ombre hearts on this side. Isn't this amazing? I'm telling you, you start playing with this and you'll get addicted to it just like I do. Okay, so today's projects that we have, one of them I'm going to be using the Stamparatus, and so I will talk more about that when that one comes up. I also forgot to show you that there is an embossing folder that coordinates with this suite as well. And I don't know if you can see that real well or not. But super cute as well. Love it. Okay, this first card that I'm doing today was one of them that we just did in one of my classes. I changed it up. I changed out the designer paper. And then when we're done today, I also have more cards to share with you that we just did in our Valentine's class. But I'm using a piece of Real Red, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and line up our corners. Take a bone folder, and we're going to burnish the edge so that our card lays nice and flat. In addition to that one, we need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. I need a piece of basic white that was 4 by 4, and I used the big heart die here and punched out, die cut our heart here. And I forgot to make sure that our little pieces were out of this after it was die cut. A reason to get our take your pick tool, right? Love this thing for multiple reasons. You're going to see me use it a lot today. So there's my heart. Again, that was from a 4 by 4 piece of basic white. Then I have a piece of Real Red that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Fleur de Flamingo that is 1 inch by 4 1/4. And then for designer paper, I have chosen this pattern, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. This same pattern, I cut another 4 inch by 1/2 inch for the inside of my card. And then I am using the back side of the same paper that is 3 by 4 inches for our card. Okay? And I forgot my Stampin' Pierce mat today, so I'm going to bring in my paper when I need to stamp. So the first thing I am going to do, let's start out with stamping so that this will have time to dry. And I'm going to open up my Real Red ink pad, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. And because our stamps are photopolymer, which means they are clear, and my block is clear, I can see exactly where I need to stamp. So there is that one. And then I'm going to ink up the happy, and it is going to go right here, like so. And then we're going to ink up the word day, and it is going to go down here like so. Okay, so there is that. Now I'm going to set that aside to dry while we finish our card. Okay, so I'm going to bring in this 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white. I am going to put some adhesive on the back of our 1/2 inch by 4 inch piece of DSP that coordinates with the outside. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the liner. And then this is going to go to the inside of our card, like so. And now I'm going to take the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of DSP. This one is going to go on the front, like so. Then I'm going to take this 1 inch by 4 1/4 piece of Fleur de Flamingo. Whoops. Yep, I need more protection. I can hear people yelling at me because that's what I always tell the class. It's all good. I've got it here somewhere. There it is. I just didn't have it in front of me. It's okay. It's all right. This is going to go on here. this Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. A little dab will do you, so you don't need a whole lot. So it's all good. So I'm going to take this one now, and this time we're going to use the other side of the paper. Put adhesive on here, and then we're going to take this and put this in the center like so. And now my heart, I am going to put adhesive in the middle of my heart, just in the middle, because the heart is a little bit bigger, wider, that is, than the DSP. So we're going to go like this. And then I am going to flip this over, and I'm going to take some of our Stampin' Dimensionals and put some dimensionals on here. Peel off the backings. And then this one is going to go on our card front, like so. And now we are going to come in with some of our embellishments. I want 1, 2, 3 of the light pink, and then I want 2 of the strawberry slush hearts. Look at all these. There is a ton of things in here. Great for shaker cards, and then you can also pull them out and use them for embellishments on here. So I'm going to do a little dab of glue in 5 different spots like so. And then I'm going to take your pick tool, and our ends come off. You just give it a little twist. Right here it shows you that it locks into place. I'm going to pull this out, because then I can take my tool and help place my embellishments where I would like them to be positioned. Yeah. Let's do him this way, and then we're going to pick up our last one, and he is going to go this way. So there's that. So I'm going to put my tool back together, and now ahead of time I have taken 2 8-inch links of the ribbon, held them together, and made our bow. And now I need my glue dots. And I'm going to take my glue dot, pick up a glue dot, make sure you press firmly on it, and then peel it up so that the glue dot stuck with it. And put that down here like so. And then you can take your scissors and give your ribbon a little haircut, and there we go. There is card number 1. Isn't that cute? Like I said, we did this one at class this last week, but we did different designer paper. But you can change up the papers that you use and get a totally different look. And I'll point that out at the end when I share all those cards that we did at class with you. Okay, card number 2, the pieces that we need are basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, line up the corners, burnish so that it lays flat. Okay, then I need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Then I took another piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4, and I went ahead and ran it through our Stampin' Cut emboss machine and embossed it already. Then I took a piece of I need a piece, rather, of strawberry slush that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I need a piece of basic white that is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. Then I needed a piece of basic white that was 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4, and went ahead and die cut that image out. Then I need a piece of designer paper that is 7/8 of an inch. I know, don't shoot me. 7/8 of an inch by 2 1/2. Then I took that same DSP 4 by 1/2 an inch. And then I took another DSP that was 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 and die cut this out. Okay? And so now I want to stamp my greeting. And so I'm going to bring in strawberry slush, which is the same color as this paper. But I'm going to bring in the greeting Hugs and Kisses from the Endless Love. And again, because it's photopolymer, I can look down through and see right where I'm stamping. Okay, so there is that one. Close that up. And then we just need to put this one together. I also took another piece that was 7 inches of the ribbon and tied my bow ahead of time. So I forgot that. Sorry. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And it is going to go on here. 3 equal borders. Then this one that is the same height as that. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And then this one is going to go over here again with equal borders, right? Okay, and then this one, we need to flip it over, put adhesive on the back. This is going to go at the bottom of our liner. The liner, to me, it just makes, even though the base is already white, it just finishes the inside of the card. Dresses it up just a little bit, and it gives us a place to write our message. Okay, so that is going to go centered in the base inside of the card, like so. Oops. And then this one, we need to put adhesive on the back of our emboss piece. And this one, you know what? I don't even know, has anybody joined us? I haven't said hello. If you have, somebody's here. Dawn! Hello, hello. Thank you for jumping on. Okay, there we go. There is that one. Then this one, we're going to put adhesive on the back of the strawberry slush piece. And then this one is going to go up here, like so. See how fast these come together? Then this one is going to get adhesive on the back of it. It now is going to go in the center of here. But wait, there's more. We're going to flip over this. And I'm going to put dimensionals on this one. And then this is going to go across here. Then I need a glue dot. And the glue dot is going to go on the back of our ribbon. And then the ribbon is going to go up here. Whoops. On our heart, like so. And now we have a hole here, right? So I'm going to go back into my embellishments. And let's see. I want to see. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm gonna see. Oh, it might. It just might. Close enough. Do you see where I'm going with this? Inside of the embellishments, I'll put a little bit of. Let's do it on the back of here. If it will. There we go. Inside of the embellishments, there's some lips. I kid you not. There's envelopes with hearts on them, then there's hearts, and then there's lips, hugs and kisses. Isn't that cool? What do you think of that one? Do you like that one? Super cute, isn't it? Love it. Okay, let's do our next card. Okay, this next one is a little bit more involved. Do you remember the sign-on bonus, the promotion that we have starting in February? We have the Stamparatus. So once you purchase, or while you are purchasing your kit, it will automatically be entered into your order starting again. February 3rd is our stamp positioner. This is our stamp positioner. Okay. This is what it looks like. I have already added a piece of that grid paper that I said does not come in the kit, so you'll want to add this to your order. But it's got pegs here, and then it's got this, which is where your plate gets attached to the full-size plate, and it's got little legs on it, and it pushes down, so the legs are spring-loaded. Oh my gosh, what a relief on the hands, you guys. So if you have arthritis that bothers you with stamping, you are going to want this. Then we have our magnets, which are covered now. So we've got these little, I don't know what you want to call them. They're like a wrap on top of the magnets, which helps to pick them up off from the plate or the base of the stamp positioner. And then we've got this one that has legs on it, just like the big one. But wait till you see what we're going to do with this. And I've already got my stamp on here where we need it. And I've got markings on here. So let's talk about the pieces that we need for this one first. Okay? Hold on. I got to make an adjustment here and pull all my pieces in. Okay? So we're starting with a piece of Fleur de Flamingo. Again, it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Perfect size card. Line up the corners. Give it a burnish. Both sides so it lays nice and flat. We have a piece for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4, the basic white. We need another piece of basic white that is 3 by 4 1/4. Then we need a piece of the designer paper that is 1/2 inch by 4 inches for the inside of the card. We need another piece of designer paper that is 2 inches by 5 1/2 for our card. Then I went ahead and die cut a couple of different pieces. So I took a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inch piece of Fleur de Flamingo, and I went ahead and adhered some of our adhesive sheet to the back of it. So this is adhesive. You'll see that work here in just a minute. So I've got that ready. Then I took another piece that was 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 of Bubble Bath, and I die cut that one out. Then I took a scrap piece of Fleur de Flamingo and die cut my arrow. And then the last piece that I need is a piece of Bubble Bath that is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Okay, and that's going to be for that. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is a technique that you can do with our stamp positioner. And I went ahead and I marked on my grid paper where this needed to go ahead of time. And then I'm going to take my magnets and put those in place. And like I said, I've already got my, my stamp on here where I need it. We're going to need a second stamp for this one. But I'm going to take a bubble bath. I'm going to open it up. I want to make sure this is clean first before I start. So I'm going to clean off my words. Okay. All right, there we go. So I'm going to bring in my ink, and with my stamp already on my stamp positioner, I'm inking up the words, and this is going to go right in the holes here. This is right where I need it, and then we're going to press down and lift up, and there's my word. Now we're going to come back in, ink this up again. We're going to go down 2 more holes, press it down again. Okay, and if, say that one was too light and you wanted it darkened up, because we have everything set, you can re-ink it, press down, go back over it, and look, it's darker. So if something is lighter, or if you stamp, you know how sometimes you stamp and the ink you thought was inked up and it wasn't, and you missed something? No worries, with the stamp positioner, you can go back and re-ink. Isn't that cool? So no more, oops, and I see this just wiggled. So hold on. That's why I like to mark where my paper is supposed to be. There we go. Put that back on. I'm going to ink this up yet again just to make sure that ink is nice and wet. Put those in the holes where it's supposed to be and press down. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? Love it, love it. Ha ha ha. Love. Got it. Ha ha. Okay, so we're going to take this off. And now let's finish up our stamping. I need this heart. And again, I'm going to bring in my stack of grid paper since I forgot my Pierce mat. So now this one says sending you, but I just want you. So because our block and our stamp is clear, I can look down through and see that I've only inked up the U. Actually, you know what? I'm going to live dangerously. Let's see if I can do this. We're going to go U over here, clean it off. Let's see. And I say I'm living dangerously because if you don't get this super dry, it could leave a mark, but we're going to try. So now I'm going to go sending. So this is showing you how you can use your stamps a little bit differently. Look at here. Whoop. There we go. Whoop, whoop. It worked. All right. So now let's put this together, shall we? Okay, so move everything aside. This is my liner. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back. And again, this is going to go to the bottom. Like so. Flip this over, put adhesive on the back of the liner. This is going to go on the inside of the card. Okay, so there is that. Then I'm going to take my 5.5 by 2 inch piece of DSP, put adhesive on the back of here. And this is going to go approximately in the center. Now, if it bugs you that it needs to be exactly centered, you of course can use your grid paper to do that. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to double check. Yep, it fit just right. So now I'm going to take this one, put adhesive on the back of here. This is going to go centered on our bubble bath, like so. And then this needs to get centered on here. And so I am going to put dimensionals on here. Oh, I do have some left on this one. Just didn't see it. Okay, peel off the backings. This is going to go in here, like so. And looks like the conversation hearts, doesn't it, that you get at Valentine's Day. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to chop my arrow in half. And I'm going to put, where's my protection? I see it happening already. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on here. And then I want this to go on here, like so. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this end. And I like to kind of stretch it out. Can you see that? Like imagining it was all one, right? This is a way that you can elongate your dies. Chop them in half. Spread them out. Give them a second to dry. Okay. There we go. And while we're waiting for that one, remember I said I had adhesive sheet on here so you can see this white, and then there's some pink here. I got to turn my tool around. This one, okay, you just get your tool under it to get it started, and then you can peel the backing off, and the adhesive is already on it. So this one is going to go up here, right about there. And then this one is going to go down on top of there. Put adhesive on the back of this. And then this is going to go right here. So sending you love. Isn't that cute? Love it. I hope you guys like these. Now let me go back and show you our first two cards. So there's card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. But I do have some more to share with you. So this card here was the exact same one that we did for class, but here it is a different version, right? Same layout, same thing, just change the designer paper and look at the difference, okay? Then here's a couple of more fun folds that we did. Here is this one. And then we did this one. And then we did this one, now this one's a corner tuck, so that goes under. So when you receive it, it's like this, and then you open it up. Here's some of those envelopes I said were in the embellishments. Aren't they cute? So again, this covers your words, gets tucked under. Two more. Here is this one. That is an accordion. And then the last one is this one. There you go. What do you think of all of today's projects? Do you like them? I hope you love them. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad you were here. Next week is up in the air. I am supposed to be out of town next Friday for an appointment. However, Kristen's a chicken when it comes to this weather and driving. So I'm not 100% for sure that I am going to stick to that appointment. It could change. So stay tuned to the Facebook page, and I will post on there whether we're going to go live or not. Okay? So thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great week, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.